This is the story of a couple who moved into a new house, but soon mysterious events began to unfold, leading to the tragic death of the wife. Watch the video till the end. This video is full of entertainment, and we have removed all the boring parts. Enjoy. The movie begins with a young couple, Will Grady and Summer Elwick, cleaning an old house on Whitcomb Street. They are real estate agents getting the house ready to sell. Later, Summer tells her friend about a bad dream she had. Her friend thinks Summer might be secretly afraid of something, but what could Summer be hiding, and how will it unravel? That night, Will is getting ready for an event with help from his mother, Camille. Will runs a real estate company that has been in his family for many years, and they are hosting an important event. Will is upset when he gets home because Summer didn't attend the event with him. Little does he know, this is just the beginning of something far more sinister. The next day, while Will is out running errands, Summer returns to the Whitcomb house to do more cleaning. She's on the phone when the doorbell rings, signaling that someone has entered the house. She calls out that she's in the kitchen. Since meanwhile, Will is still outside and can't reach Summer on the phone. He stops by the house and finds it dark and quiet. When he goes upstairs, he's horrified to find Summer's body lying on the floor, covered in blood. Who could have done this, and why? The answers are more shocking than you can imagine. In another part of town, a group of people is gathering at a bar. A middle-aged couple, Tom and Judy Nichols, join their friends to celebrate the planned retirement of Robert Allen, who works with them at the Scarborough Police Department. They are all close friends. Robert steps out to take a phone call, and Tom notices something is wrong. It turns out they have been called to the murder scene at Whitcomb Street. Tom and another officer start investigating Summer's murder, and they find the knife used in the murder still in her body. A neighbor tells them she saw a car pull into the driveway and a man enter the house. A crowd is forming outside, and among them is a suspicious-looking man. But what secrets does this mysterious man hold? Back at the police station, Tom questions Will about his relationship with Summer and whether anything happened before she died. Will says he loved Summer from the moment they met and admits they had a small argument the night before she was killed. He also reveals that Summer was still technically married to her estranged husband. The police take Will's DNA and fingerprints before Robert urges Tom to let Will go. But is Will as innocent as he seems, or is there something more lurking beneath the surface? The next day, they hold a press conference where Robert convinces the police chief, Marty Graber, that Tom is the best detective to lead the case. The suspicious man is seen in the crowd again. Later, the coroner explains that Summer had 33 stab wounds, her hands were tied with a rope. They also find blonde hair on her body and a red paint streak on her hand. The paint is old and hasn't been made in a long time. The police then watch security footage showing a car parked at the house before the murder. They identify it as a Buick LeSabre missing a front hubcap. Could this be the breakthrough they need, or just another dead end? Tom and Dan go to Will's house to search for more clues. Tom finds a picture of Summer with her ex-husband and asks to borrow it. Interviewing Summer's friend doesn't help much, as she doesn't know the ex-husband or anyone who would want to hurt Summer. After watching security footage of Summer's ex-husband, Sam G. Ford, Dan and Tom go to his house. Sam cooperates at first, saying he was fishing by the lake when Summer was murdered. However, when Dan notices red paint on Sam's hand, Sam becomes nervous and asks for a lawyer. Is Sam the killer, or is he being framed? The investigation continues, with Tom returning to the Grady house to ask Will and Camille about Summer's work as a real estate agent. Camille explains that Summer's commissions go directly to an investment property worth around $770,000. Dan thinks this could be a motive for Sam to kill Summer. That night, a suspicious man visits Will, claiming they know each other. When Will tries to close the door, the man taunts him before leaving. What is the connection between this man and Will, and what will he do next? At the police station, Dan discovers that Summer visited a property she sold over a year ago the night before her murder. Tom goes to the place and finds it's a small church, where he discovers the source of the red paint found on Summer's hand. Tom questions the church's keeper, but he doesn't seem to know anything about the case. Feeling stuck, Tom asks Judy for help identifying the suspect's car. She says it's not a Buick, but a purple Chrysler Imperial, the same car she used to drive years ago. Is this car the final clue they need, or is something even darker at play? After Summer's funeral, Will approaches Tom, telling him that the suspicious man had come to his home and threatened his family. The man is actually the son of a farmer whose farm was bought by Will's company years ago. The farmer killed himself after the sale, and his son, Eli Phillips, wants revenge on Will's family. Tom says there's nothing they can do, but tells Will to call him if the man ever returns. But what happens when the past comes back to haunt the present? Later, Tom and Dan visit Eli's house and ask why he's so interested in the case. Eli believes Will killed Summer and wants to see him arrested. Tom warns Eli that he'll be arrested if he goes near the Grady house again. When recounting the night of the murder with Will, Robert gets a call confirming that the DNA matches Sam. Tom, Dan, and other officers rush rush to Sam's house to arrest him. During the arrest, Sam steals Dan's gun and shoots at Tom. Tom shoots back, but Sam escapes through a window. Outside, the officers track Sam, but when Tom catches up to him, he finds Sam dead from a gunshot. The team discovers a stash of drugs that Sam was trafficking. Wall-E seals a hole made by a bullet with patterned tape. To file the proper report, Tom's gun is taken and he's placed on temporary suspension until the report is cleared. But is Sam's death truly the end of this case, or just the beginning of a deeper conspiracy? Meanwhile, Will is drinking at a bar when he meets a young woman who wants to become a real estate agent. Sometime later, Tom wakes up in a cold sweat after dreaming about Sam's death. The newspaper indicates that Sam was Summer's killer, but Tom feels something is off. What is nagging at Tom's mind, and could it unravel everything they thought they knew? After a therapy session, Tom is cleared to return to work and is welcomed back by his colleagues. At a house party hosted by Wall-E, Wall-E urges Tom to join his private security company when he's ready to retire from being a cop. Later, Robert tells Tom that he and the chief will recommend him for a Medal of Valor for saving Dan's life during the arrest, but Tom isn't excited about it. Tom is still not satisfied with the case's conclusion. He finds another clue from bite marks on Summer's hand and requests a dental sample from Sam's body. However, the bite marks are too shallow to be conclusive. Robert asks if Tom is still unhappy with the case being closed, but Tom says he doesn't mind. One evening, Eli watches the news about a car crash involving a man arrested for drug trafficking. He notices that the man works for Will's company. Meanwhile, Tom watches the same news report and sees that one of the drug packages has the same patterned tape they found at Sam's house. Later that night, while Tom is dealing with a break-in at the Grady house, Judy hears noises outside their home. Tom arrives to find Eli crouching in their backyard while Judy points a gun at him. After Tom handcuffs Eli, Eli claims that Summer was ripped off by a company called Whitefish and asks Tom to investigate further, including a man named Rudy who was mentioned in the news earlier. Eli's arrested, but Tom finds a USB drive that Eli left behind. The drive contains information about houses Summer sold, all of which were seized by the police through civil asset forfeiture. Is this the key to unraveling the conspiracy, or just another piece of a much larger puzzle? Let me know in the comments if you think I should make the next part. Subscribe for popcorn. We are racing towards 500 subscribers.